It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. With me, oh you know him, Shaquille O'Neal. You know this guy too, Kenny the Jet Smith. And coming up in just a bit, tip-off will be live from New Orleans as the Pelicans go up against the Memphis Grizzlies. And for Memphis, they haven't competed at the level they'd like over the last week or so. Just one win in 5 games. An intriguing matchup tonight. Two smart, experienced ball clubs. Shaq, how do you see this one playing out?
Solid execution on both sides. Each guy playing to his own strengths.
Okay. It's going to be, I think it's going to be more tactical, though, honestly. You know, if the game is played at a fast pace, that's when the benches come into play, because we'll see who has the bigger bench.
If,
You okay? You all right?
Oh.
You all right?
Man, no, I'm not.
Okay.
Oh. Kevin Harlan, take it away.
Oh, sorry, Ernie. Did it go down the wrong pipe?
Something did.
It's an all-Western Conference matchup in today's game as the Grizzlies come into town for this one. Sit back and enjoy this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here along with analysts Greg Anthony and Steve Smith, and we'll be hearing from DA along the sideline all game long. The Pelicans hoping for a happy ending to close out their homestand before hitting the road. They feel like they're a better team than their record shows, and in games like this one, it's an opportunity to prove it. They can step it up and make a game of it. We'll see.
And this is what the NBA is all about. Competition. That's why rivalries do matter.
They do. It's good for the sport, the TV ratings, the fans, but most of all, when you're a player in this kind of game, the adrenaline rush is incredible.
And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, you remember that Anthony Davis had a growth spurt in high school that took him from a 6'2" guard to a 6'10" big man. Now, he remembered telling his mother, I can't fit in my bed, I can't fit in my shoes, I can't fit in these jeans you brought me. And her saying, I just bought those 3 weeks ago. Kevin?
It's all paid off in the long run, though. Thanks, DA. Steve, compared to when you played, talk about elements of the game that are now easier for the players than, like I said, when you play.
I think you start on the floor, the game is less physical. There's no more handshaking, there's no more chucking, there's no more hard fouls when they're throwing you up against the stanchion. And then I think off the court, the travel. I started when we flew commercial, Kevin. Now every team is flying private. I think the travel is definitely easier for players.
Not only flew commercial, Smitty, but we used to fly in the first flight out every morning, like 6 a.m.
Yes.
flights after a game, after a night game.
I remember those days. The positive was you didn't practice a lot when you got to those cities.
Look at the opening lineup for the Memphis Grizzlies. Anderson at the small forward and Jackson at the 4. Conley out there with Brooks. And it's Valanciunas in at the 5, roaming the paint. Johnson can't hit. Memphis with the ball. The drive by Brooks, and that one good. Brooks has got the first points up on the board for Memphis.
And setting the tone early with a strong move to the rack.
First quarter, you're really testing the defense, trying to find their weaknesses.
And Holiday kicks to Randall. Outside Holiday. New Orleans moving the ball around. Left side Anderson. Conley finds Valanciunas. Back to Conley. The 3. It's rebounded by New Orleans. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Memphis this season.
And although they were the better team last year by overall record, this was a competitive matchup for them.
Now Anderson following Drew Holiday's three-point attempt. A baseline J. Anderson's shot is off. New Orleans has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Holiday dishes to Randall, and it's in there.
When you've gained a decade or more of experience, this is what tends to happen. Holiday staying very patient, waiting for someone to break free.
Now here's Anderson. His last outing, he had 8 points. Here's Brooks. Lays it up off the glass. Brooks has got his second bucket.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
A lot of laziness going on out there. Still early in the game, but that needs to get worked out.
The shot by Holiday, no good. Grizzlies have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And Anderson gets it to go.
A high percentage look for Kyle. Has the size and length to be a factor inside.
And Holiday kicks to Johnson. Davis with it. Now Valanciunas defending. The kick out to Holiday. 6 to shoot. Over Brooks. The shot by Holiday, no good.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Brooks, the pass to Valanciunas. And Davis pulls it down.
No hesitation. He took it right to the rack. But a quick reaction by the defense.
And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And a moment here to recognize the Western Conference Player of the Month, Anthony Davis.
Well, he's been an absolute magician when the ball has been in his hands. There isn't any aspect of the offense that he hasn't contributed in, and it's been a pleasure to watch. I mean, unless you are an opposing coach, then his play has been a vivid nightmare.
Now here's Anderson. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. And Valanciunas kicks to Brooks. Misses the 3.
And this is what he gives you, the ability to contest the shot without fouling.
Perimeter defense at a premium these days. You see the value in this kind of effort.
And Drew Holiday, Steve, is such a huge factor on the defensive end whenever he's on the floor.
You know, it's been a focus for him to step his game up on that end of the floor. He moves his feet so well that guys can't just blow by him. Numerically, the way he discourages shots at the rim, it's like having a defensive center on the floor.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
Last season, Drew Holiday had a breakout year. The UCLA product had career highs in scoring and efficiency. A lot had to do with he played off the ball. He played a lot of 2-guard.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Moore's checked in. Chandler Parsons, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Carter comes in for Kyle Anderson. And so he hits both. And Smitty, as we were talking about Holiday spending more time at shooting guard lately.
But what I like, Kevin, he was still able to create for others effectively. The move allowed him to be much more aggressive and looking for his shot. People weren't sure of the change at first, but he looks right at home when he's playing off the ball.
Now here's Brooks. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Clippers. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And New Orleans gets called for the foul. Memphis shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. And that one falls for Brooks.
What I like about Dylan Brooks, the maturity. Physically, he came in NBA ready, and he already played a lot of important minutes for a great college team.
Miller's checked in for Johnson. And both free throws good for Brooks. Well, Steve, with Dylan Brooks, a second-round pick, his rookie season was a tremendous success.
I agree. He shot the ball well, contributed on both ends of the floor. Really good rotational player, still with a tremendous upside.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
Outside Conley. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Great concentration from Conley. The shot well contested, but it didn't matter.
Miller with the ball. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Davis. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Conley finds Brooks. Conley against Holiday. Back to Brooks. Pass to Valanciunas. Fade away. Misses off the right iron. The Pelicans trail. Miller, the pass to Moore. Carter with the block. They retain possession. That ties the game. Randall's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here's Brooks. He's got 6, and it's Carter missing.
He got the space he needed, but just blew the layup. It hurts me to see points lost like that.
Ian Clark's checked in for New Orleans. Then for the Grizzlies, Joakim Noah. He's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Wright comes in for Dylan Brooks. And it's Avery Bradley in for Mike Conley. Here's Clark. At the elbow, Randall. Moore with the bucket.
Showing he's not just a perimeter jump shooter. Each one will push for a better shot if he sees an opening.
Bradley deciding where to go with it. The pass to Noah. Here's Parsons. Second shot opportunity. And Noah with a nice bucket inside.
Noah's done a nice job on the offensive glass, wreaking havoc for the defense.
Carter against Moore. Miller outside. Inside. Here's Davis. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
I can tell you right now, the coach loved everything about that shot except the result.
And it's Carter missing.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Some changes for New Orleans. Okafor is checked in for Anthony Davis. And it's Check Diallo in for Randall. The Grizzlies also making a change. Anderson's checked in. Here's Miller. And Miller throws it down hard.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now here's Bradley. Last time 14 points for him.
Well, you talk about the lockdown individual defenders in this league. You forget about Avery Bradley. That's been his calling card from the moment he set foot in the league.
First free throw is good. And Greg, for Bradley, there's some disconnect as far as his defensive impact. You know, the numbers guys will say it doesn't quite match up to his reputation.
Yeah, I mean, more impactful as an on-ball defender than he is as, say, a help defender. Probably a little undersized for an off guard, but his commitment, no doubt, is off the charts.
And so Bradley nails both of them. Some guys are leaders from day one, but there are some guys it takes a while, Steve, to grow into that role. I'm sure you've seen it.
Yeah, I love Victor Oladipo. I think he took on that role. Also, Kyle Lowry's done a nice job. Al Horford is becoming more of a vocal leader. He was kind of a quiet leader. A lot of those guys, you can see their personalities just changed from when they started into this league, and year by year they've gotten better. Last year, a devastating season for the Memphis Grizzlies, especially on the offensive end. Dead last in field goals attempted and in field goals made.
And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. For New Orleans, they've gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. While we have a break, we can see which teams have made the most of their second chance opportunities over the last 10 games. In third, the Grizzlies.
Really something to see. Their effort on the offensive glass has just led to so many second chance opportunities.
He gets it in there. Wright's got it all tied up now for Memphis.
A nice move, attacking in the paint with confidence.
Well, and talking about the Grizzlies, part of that low offensive output is that they tend to play at a slower pace.
Typically, the Grizzlies are known for a grit and grind philosophy, and that lends itself to a slow, bruising style of play. Last year, they tried to play faster, but didn't really have the personnel to pull it off.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops.
Each one more gives you the production, but he also gives you the intangible. He plays like an older brother.
And so Moore nails both of them. You look at this Pelicans offense, Steve, it's a very free-flowing system.
Yes, this team loves to make the extra pass to get an open look. They were 3rd in the league last season in team assists per game. The back cuts they make and the willingness to share the ball are what teams strive for on the offensive end.
Now here's Wright. Busts the J after the cagey pass fake. Wright's got his second basket of the night. New Orleans has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Here's Clark. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And there's the feed to Okafor. Out to Miller. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
Parsons' shot is off.
Well, this is what happens when you're a threat down low. You attract a lot of defensive attention.
New Orleans moving the ball around. Here's Clark, guarded by Bradley. Out to Miller, tries again, and off the front iron, and in it goes. Miller's got his second bucket.
Sharing the basketball. Plenty of guys talk about it, but not everyone does it.
Passes it to Bradley. Over Clark. Bradley can't get it to go. Looking at Memphis, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Clippers. Pass to Diallo. He kicks to Miller to the wing right side. Diallo the pass to Miller. Shoots over Bradley. The offensive rebound. Shot good by Diallo.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
No other way to put it. The defense was awful. Completely uninspired at that end of the floor.
They also committed a lot of mistakes while their opponent was extremely disciplined.
Payton, he's checked in for more. Yvonne Rabs checked in for Memphis. The Grizzlies trail by 4. And Wright kicks to Bradley. Pass to Rab. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
Good open look. Avery looking poised with the ball in his hands, making decisions.
And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for New Orleans. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
And for me, guys, that's what I call a character game. I mean, they could have closed up shop. It would have been easy to just let that one go and get ready for the next one. But they fought back. I mean, and that mental fortitude that they displayed there is one of the reasons why they're such a good team. I mean, he makes plays like that in his sleep. The game is just far too easy.
Bradley kicks to Wright. There's 1:38 left in the first. And the pass to Noah. It's stolen by Bradley. Lays it up and banks it in.
You have a defender trying to make a play there. Bumping Bradley a little. He's stronger than he looks.
New Orleans in the lead. Payton passes to Diallo. Over Noah. It's rebounded by Memphis.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
New Orleans has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Payton outside. Passes it to Diallo. Poked away. It's stolen by Bradley. And he hits it to tie the game up. Bradley's got 6.
So dangerous on the defensive end. Quick hands by Bradley, and he stole it away.
Payton finds Miller. To the wing right side. Here's Okafor. And again, no good by New Orleans. Basket here gets them back in front.
And it's been a long time coming, partner.
Well, for New Orleans, shooting 45% from the field early. Payton passes to Clark. Payton left side, shoots over Bradley, and that's an air ball. Not even close. And no good. It's a tie game in New Orleans. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. One of the better two-way guards in the NBA, Mike Conley, said his inspiration growing up was none other than Gary Payton.
He was one of my favorite players growing up. I had Gary Payton jersey, had the shoes, everything. So when I looked at a player, I was like, you know, he plays on both ends. I want to be able to do that too.
And you know, Conley, maybe not the size of Payton, but Greg, he's always taken the challenge defensively.
And you can see how much of an influence the glove had on Conley. He plays a lot like him on that end.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And what stands out to you from the Pelicans in this one?
I tell you what, that first quarter, you can see the game plan is a commitment to offensive rebounding.
That's their mindset, and these extra possessions have been converted into a lead.
Payton and Holiday are together in the backcourt. Diallo out there with Johnson. And it's Okafor in at the 5 down low. That's the Pelicans 5 as we get into the second quarter.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up. Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Here's Payton following the score by Memphis. Right side Holiday. Tries a 3. It's not going to go for him. And the Grizzlies going the other way now. And Dylan Brooks, the former Pac-12 Player of the Year. Greg with a great start to his career.
Yeah, I was shocked that Brooks ended up going 45th overall in that 2017 draft. He just plays within himself, but still is aggressive in terms of looking for his shot. It looks like he'll be a strong scoring option for the team as he continues to develop.
First one falls for him.
The 5th overall pick in the draft back in 2011. Valanciunas has added wrinkles to his game every year since.
And Anthony Davis is checked in for the Pelicans. Julius Randle comes in for Shaq Diallo. And the Grizzlies also with the sub. Carter's checked in. Valanciunas hits them both. Well, Smitty, we saw with Jonas Valanciunas, the Lithuanian big man, shooting more threes last season.
Valanciunas saw all the other centers in this league add a three-pointer and wanted in on the action as well. Only took about 1 a game, but he shot over 40%.
Yeah, easy call.
The Grizzlies shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. And that one falls for Jackson. We always hear about the brotherhood of the NBA. Talk a little bit about the unique bond that you NBA players, Steve, share.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that brotherhood is something special, Kevin, because there are guys that's going through some of the same situations you've been through, and especially when you get a chance to talk to some of the veterans. And then the younger guys, when you become a vet, you share all that knowledge. And then what I love about it, that brotherhood, even when you retire, you get a chance to still keep in touch, and you see the evolutions of a lot of those players' families. You see their kids grow, and you love to still be a part of that unique situation.
Now here is Davis. 32 points for him last game against Dallas.
Yeah, but his shot blocking was a factor as well. 3 on the game, just a major presence on the D.
Here is Carter following the basket by Anthony Davis. And it's Carter penetrating to the middle. It's stolen by Davis. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Payton, good.
Assertive in the painted area. This is what every coach preaches.
Memphis leading by 4. Conley kicks to Brooks. And he drops it in from the low post. Brooks has got 8 points.
He turned on the Jets. As soon as he got that screen and went right to the hole. Great decision making there.
Holiday dishes to Davis. Back to Holiday. There's the triple. Rebounded by Jackson.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
You know what? At some point, you have to decide. Do you keep pressing the issue, or do you focus on setting up others?
New Orleans making a switch here. Moore's checked in. Pelicans trail by 6. And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Grizzlies have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. And good that time. Brooks has got the lead up to 8 now for the Grizzlies.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Moore against Conley. Moore finds Davis. Out to the right wing. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Holiday. Count it from 12.
Good decision maker out of the pick and roll. Holiday calls his own number, rewards his team.
To the paint. It's stolen by Randall. Here's Moore, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Davis. Averaging about 27 points per, 12 rebounds, and just over 2 blocks. So much of what this team does revolves around his offense.
He stacks up points. Reason why? Because that's his mindset. He wants to carry the load, and clearly is successful at it.
And E'Twaun Moore has always been a solid shooter in the NBA, Greg, and he's continued to grow in that department.
I mean, just look at the career numbers from deep in terms of efficiency. In the last few years, he started to take on more and more volume in terms of the three-point shot. Hasn't changed his percentages, though, at all. And I would give him the green light as much as he wants from beyond.
Now here is Carter. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. From deep, Brooks. Some solid defense from Johnson. And so Holiday will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. Trailing by 4. They've got the Pistons ahead of them in their next game in Detroit. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Grizzlies have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Conley, the pass to Jackson. And it's Brooks in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. And here's Conley outside. Not going to go that time. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. And there's a whistle. That goes on Dylan Brooks. That's his first foul. Chandler Parsons, he's checked in for Brooks. Randall outside. New Orleans moving the ball around. Holiday surveying the floor. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
Well, this whole period for him, it's been challenging. You can tell he's starting to press.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And for the Pelicans, they can now start to look at the future in a different light. Now they have a team that can compete in the West with the core. It's just about adding the right pieces around Anthony Davis.
The free throw drops for Jackson. And of course for the Pelicans and their future, Steve, last offseason was spent trying to get Cousins back.
Alvin Gentry, the coach, said the team wanted Cousins back despite the injury. Didn't quite work out the way they hoped with Cousins leaving, but this team showed they can compete without Cousins.
Solomon Hill, he's checked in for New Orleans. Jackson hits both of them.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
That one's good, and the Grizzly lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Anthony Davis.
What a polished move by one of the best bigs in the game. Anthony Davis is just showing off.
Now here is Carter. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Conley kicks to Valanciunas. Shot clock at 6. Back to Conley. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. No good from Valanciunas.
And this is a guy that can get you stops. Aggressive on the defensive end.
Also doing a good job of tracking the ball, contesting the mid-range jumper as well.
Memphis has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Here's the floater. And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. That'll be his second foul of the game. Miller's checked in for New Orleans. Ian Clark comes in for Drew Holiday. And Memphis also making a switch. Joakim Noah's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. And Moore kicks to Davis. Over Noah. And he hits it to tie the game up. 10 points for Anthony Davis.
He has a score-first mindset. Each one plays with a lot of poise, and that buys him time to find an open man.
Now a timeout called by Memphis. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Here is Carter following the basket by Anthony Davis. The shot's good from Carter.
You can see there the defender allows himself to get picked.
You know, it's all about effort. Sometimes you're going to get hit on hard screens. You just have to fight through them.
And with that shot, the Grizzly lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Randall.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And Wright kicks it to Noah. Parsons on the wing, covered by Miller. Noah's shot is off.
Just great at getting after it defensively, forcing guys into tough shots.
Yeah, to be successful, you've got to protect the paint. He rises to that challenge.
Now here's Jackson. 14 points from him the last game against the Clippers.
And his shot blocking helped as well. Those 2 blocks he had were big for them.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pelicans will retain possession. And a quick look now at how the Memphis Grizzlies' schedule is shaping up. On Saturday, they'll go up against LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers. Then on Monday, they'll be taking on Paul Millsap and the Denver Nuggets.
And if I'm this team, I'm looking at this as a barometer to see how we stack up against some of the top teams in the league. They'll have to be at their best. But if they come out of this with some success, I think it'll build momentum for the rest of the run.
Now here is Carter. And Jackson throws it down hard.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Pelicans trail by 3. Moore finds Randall. Left side, Davis. And Jackson with the block. But they'll get another chance. The fadeaway. And it's off the back rim. No good for Memphis. They've gone 6 of 13 so far from the field here in the second quarter. And it's good for 2. And it's a 5-point Grizzly lead. And Alvin Gentry's been coaching in the NBA for almost 3 decades now. Steve, he knows how to get things done.
And a lot of what Gentry does is gives his players freedom. As long as they take care of business, he won't meddle too much. Does a great job of managing personalities and keeping egos in check.
Clock at 4. Here's Davis. Carter with the block. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. And the Grizzlies leading by 5. Kicks it to Noah. And the foul's on Shaq Diallo. That's his first foul. Drew Holiday. He's checked in for New Orleans. Elfrid Payton comes in for Frank Jackson. Off the inbound. Parsons dishes to Noah. Back to Parsons. And Okafor with the block. And stolen by Parsons. It's hauled in by Diallo. Diallo's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. For New Orleans, they have been a perfect 8 of 8 at the line. And he makes the first. Smitty, so much work done by the players in the offseason. In terms of development, which skills tend to be the easiest to improve upon?
I think there's one, and you got to call it a skill right now, is the easiest is getting in tip-top shape, because that's all on you. Being able to put in the time in your body and nutrition. Next, I think for guys is defensively. I think that's the skill that you obviously can work on. It's about lateral movement, and you don't need others. You can come out and work on that. Next, I think for guys is shooting. And I wouldn't say you'll be Steph Curry from one summer to another, but if you put in the work, you'll see the percentages starting to go up.
Holiday gets the bucket.
And that's the pressure Holiday puts on your defense. Sees the opportunity, gets his shot inside.
Anderson kicks to Bradley. Pass to Noah. Back to Bradley. 5 on the clock. Floats one, and he lays it up and in. Bradley's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Holiday, the pass to Payton. Back to Holiday. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Holiday's got 6 points in the quarter.
His temperature is rising. I mean, it is rising.
And Wright kicks to Bradley. Back to Wright. Lets it go with a 3. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
Well, if you wonder why they're in control of this game, just look at his stats from the field. Solid, solid, solid.
Basket good. Okafor's got his 2nd bucket tonight.
Serve and the defense there. He makes a terrific read.
Parsons outside. It's Bradley on the wing. Back to Parsons. It's stolen by Bradley. He kicks it to Noah. And Anderson has it in the corner. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And so Payton will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. 4-point game. Pass to Okafor. Over Anderson. It's rebounded by Memphis.
And this is obviously where you'd like to see a 2-for-1.
End of quarter, great time to squeeze out an extra possession.
Now here's Bradley. 8 points for him. Buries the long-range jumper. Wright's got 12.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
New Orleans has got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Payton finds Holiday. Here's Diallo, guarded by Bradley. Lets it go from 14. Diallo, no good. Here's Anderson. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Not explosive at all. Kyle Anderson is crafty. Nice play to draw the foul.
And he makes the first.
A versatile swingman, Kyle Anderson's nickname is Slow-Mo for his methodical style of play.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Here we go with Holiday running it up the court. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Holiday's got 8 points in the quarter.
Nice play by Holiday. Terrific speed in the open court. Defending him, you have to change ends quickly.
And so it's Memphis with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. A terrific tempo and a great pace. The fast break has been a central part of their offense. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Alongside Coach Alvin Gentry. Alvin, what sorts of adjustments are you going to make in the second half?
Well, we just got to get ourselves organized. We got to get back. We got to take better shots. You know, the problem that we have is we're taking bad shots and they're running out on them. We just got to take good shots and we got to get back and get our defense set.
Best defense is offensive efficiency. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson. With me are Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Please, a hand at home for them. Clapping for yourselves. Oh. For the Grizzlies, the first quarter was pretty even. They did jump out to a lead in the opening period, but 4 points was the biggest it got. In the second quarter, they were easily the better team. The points started coming for them in bunches, and they built a 6-point lead by halftime. Kenny, what do you think about the Grizzlies?
They obviously came in wanting to push the action. And so far, so good. They're looking to get easy transition baskets because the other team is not getting back on defense.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Pelicans.
What impressed me the most was the effort they put into the offensive glass. Second chance points really added up for them. Fighting through box outs, battling for position, they own the offensive boards.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
Welcome back to New Orleans, everyone. Glad to have you with us tonight as we take a peek at all the happenings just outside of Bourbon Street. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Here's Conley.
In terms of player salaries, you want to get what you pay for. Not the case for the Grizzlies last season. 2 of the 3 highest paid guys, one played in just 12 games, the other played in just 36.
Tipping off the second half, here's J.B. Bickerstaff's 5. Anderson at the small forward and Jackson at the 4. Brooks is out there with Conley, and it's Valanciunas in at the pivot spot manning the middle. Now here is Holiday to the inside. Here's Davis, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Jonas Valanciunas.
Why does the pump fake work? Because of AD's height and ability to elevate. The defender knows he has to close hard to have a chance.
And the first one at the line is good. Well, looking at the Grizzlies last season, they really didn't have the talent on the bench to make up for some of those injuries.
They've botched a lot of draft picks over the years. No infusion of young talent. No surprise that they ended up with the second worst record in the league.
And so Anthony Davis nails both of them.
It's a luxury to have a big man who can shoot free throws this way.
Conley, the pass to Jackson. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. And so here is New Orleans, trailing by 4. Payton kicks to Randall. Back to Payton. Inside, Davis. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen. With this break, we have a chance to break down where the assist has been coming from tonight between the front and back court for the Grizzlies.
And their guards have been the ones to really set the tone here tonight with their ability to create shots. You talk about the big fellas. They love to play with guards who try to keep them involved offensively.
Conley dishes to Anderson. And stolen by Payton. And now here's Johnson, a fast break chance. It's deflected. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession.
And let's take a quick look now at some stats here for Holiday. This past month, he's really set himself apart. He's averaging 19 points per game, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. Solid numbers, the kind of production we expect. And frankly, I think he's got another level to take it to.
I totally agree. He has the IQ and the ability to take it up another level anytime he wants.
Johnson, a wide open look. Off target from outside. And the Grizzlies leading by 4. Jackson finds Brooks. Valanciunas passes to Jackson. Memphis moving it around. 5 to shoot. Conley dishes to Brooks. Got 3 off the mark. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for New Orleans. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Randall passes to Johnson. Back to Randall. Second chance shot, and the rejection by Valanciunas.
A very disappointing start to this half. 3 attempts with nothing to show for it.
He gets it in there. And the Grizzlies lead by 6.
That's the shot they were looking for. After 3 straight misses coming out of the break, let's see if that sparks a rally.
And Holiday kicks to Davis. Payton in the corner. Back to Davis. Over Valanciunas. And again, no good by New Orleans.
Off target right now. 4 straight misses coming out of the half.
Conley, the pass to Valanciunas. Johnson against Anderson. Now here's Valanciunas. Defense is right there. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up.
Overall, a fantastic 2018 campaign for the Pelicans. 48 wins, made it to the conference semifinals as the 6th seed in the West. Not bad.
Two shots.
No good on that one. And Steve, the highlight of last season for the Pelicans, a surprise sweep of the Portland Trail Blazers.
You know, few picked the Pelicans to win that first round matchup, but nobody picked them to sweep. A lot to like and to build off for this team coming off last season.
New Orleans making a switch here. Moore's checked in. Now here's Payton. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Randall finds Davis. Davis, great positioning on the putback.
I love AD's ability to track the ball off the miss. He got it and scored.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
And with everything that Anthony Davis does on offense, it's just mind-boggling. His scoring inside and out, the percentages, he does it all. He is undoubtedly one of the best big men in the league, and many would argue he is the best in the NBA.
Memphis leading by 5. Conley kicks to Brooks. The pass to Valanciunas. Conley against Payton. Now here's Jackson. Tight defense on him. Over Randall. The Grizzlies with another miss. And with Anthony Davis, the stat lines, Greg, he can post on any given night are just absurd.
Really, Davis still strong defensively, but he really impacts every facet of the game. One of the rare players who can carry a team on both ends of the floor. There just aren't many great players that can lead a team to a championship, but I think Davis is of that mold.
And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. That will get him his 4th foul of the game. Carter, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Here's Davis, and it's Davis finishing it off.
And the road back into this game wasn't a short one, but they've managed to make it all the way back and tie this thing up.
Now this team, they trust each other. Even down big, they have the ability to come back, and they have so far. If the defense is going to keep giving him those shots, you know he has the confidence to knock them down.
Payton kicks to Davis. Passes it to Moore. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Moore against Carter. Outside Conley, and too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
That can happen when the energy gets turned up, the stakes gets raised. Bad miscue.
Payton kicks to Davis. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And as we see Anthony Davis step into what could be the best years of his career, Smitty, who does he remind you of?
You know, a lot like Kevin Garnett in his prime. The way he can impact both sides of the floor. He's KG with a 3-point shot, and he also has a little bit of Hakeem Olajuwon in him.
And that one falls for Anthony Davis.
The future is bright for Anthony Davis. Not only is he a scorer, he's efficient, he's effective, and he's passionate about the game.
Parsons checked in for Valanciunas. Now here's Conley. He has 7. Outside Jackson. Brooks outside. From deep. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Davis has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising it's such a tight game.
Drew Holiday, he's checked in for Elfrid Payton. Now here's Moore. 11 points in the game. For the lead, hits the 3-point bomb. Moore's got 14 points.
Each one Moore understands the game, knows how to execute his role, knows where to pick his spots.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies. Anthony Davis really making a difference here.
You know, this is the right move. Maybe a break in the action will cool him down.
Okafor is checked in for New Orleans. The Grizzlies also making a change. Bradley's checked in. Memphis trailing here. He dishes it to Brooks. That's tipped. 18 feet out. Okafor grabs the miss. Here's New Orleans. They're on a 14-6 run. Johnson can't hit. And here's Brooks. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. Here's Parsons over Okafor, and Parsons gets it to go. Parsons got the game tied up here for the Grizzlies.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Holiday against Carter. Holiday, the pass to Okafor. Just 5 to shoot. Tries again. Parsons with the rebound. Memphis has gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Brooks finds Jackson. Back to Brooks. Takes the three. Okafor grabs the miss. Okafor's got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
It's been a frustrating quarter for him shooting the basketball. He just has to make sure he's taking good shots.
Yeah, that one put him over the limit, and it's so early that if they're not careful, this could turn into a parade at the free throw line.
Diallo, he's checked in for Anthony Davis, and he's good on the second.
You know he wanted to knock down all his shots at the line, but he still did enough to put them in front.
Bradley kicks to Brooks. At the elbow, it's Jackson. Left side, Parsons. Brooks for 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Brooks has got 4 points in the quarter.
And Parsons is just so good at keeping the ball zipping around.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. And here's the upcoming schedule for New Orleans. On Sunday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Detroit Pistons. And then on Monday, they'll be matching up against Gordon Hayward and the Boston Celtics. And so it's Memphis with it. The lead is 2. It's Bradley on the wing, guarded by Holiday. Bradley passes to Jackson. Here's Carter. It's hauled in by Diallo. Diallo's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Outside Holiday. Moore outside. Pass to Diallo. Rocket 2. The shot from the low post is good. Diallo's got 6 points.
His teammate was wide open there. Definitely the right choice to pass it out and let him take the shot.
Moore against Carter. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Grizzlies lead by 2.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game. And he has to take that long, slow walk back to the bench here. He'll watch the rest of this one from the sideline.
Some changes for Memphis. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Jackson. Wright comes in for Brooks. And Justin Holiday subbed in for Carter. And so Moore nails both of them.
Well, you know this franchise, they preach fundamentals. The Grizzlies led the league in personal fouls last season. Just another example of where things went wrong.
Now here's Wright. 12 points for him. Valanciunas dishes to Holiday. No problems knocking that one down.
Look at the big man Valanciunas showing off the playmaking skills.
New Orleans has gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. I'm thinking about the Grizzlies, Smitty. It's going to be a challenge rebuilding this roster.
Yeah, cap space has been a challenge for the Grizzlies. Drafting well has been a challenge also. And of course, you have the coaching carousel.
Now here's Johnson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Valanciunas. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. New Orleans making a switch here. Payton's checked in. Memphis also making some changes. Yvonne Rabb comes in for Valanciunas. And it's Kyle Anderson in for Justin Holiday. Grizzlies making a switch here. Conley's checked in. Well, Smitty usually careful with the basketball. The Grizzlies turned it over quite a bit last season.
Yeah, after years of playing methodical ball, they tried to open up the offense, but their starting point guard played in only 12 games. They really need Mike Conley, and no one stepped up in his absence.
And so it's New Orleans with it, following the score by Memphis. An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Wright. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And a moment now to check out some of the numbers for Payton. averaging 9 points per game, 6 assists, and 2 rebounds. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
You need guys who understand their roles. Carry them out without complaint.
Take a break.
Everything
Take a
he
break.
does is for the team.
First free throw is good. Jackson, he's checked in for Yvonne Round. And he makes both free throws.
And this is what we've come to expect from him. This type of consistency from the line.
And Holiday kicks to Moore. Doesn't go that time. And it's Memphis the other way. Coach is liking what he's seeing from his offense.
And guys, they put the defense on the defensive.
It's held in by Diallo.
He is really forcing things now. Doesn't have to do it because his teammates are picking up the slack.
The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Conley kicks to Anderson. Bradley passes to Jackson. It's blocked. And here we go. Fast break. Payton's got it. The dish to Okafor. And Okafor slams it in.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Conley finds Bradley. Right for three. Pelicans with the rebound. Holiday's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Dishes it to Payton. Stolen by Conley. And now the Grizzlies. Fast break. Here's Wright. Hangs. And Conley gets it to go. The assist by Wright. 9 points for Conley.
Not shy at all of taking it inside. Mike Conley comfortable scoring amongst the tall timber.
Moore against Wright. Moore outside to the left side wing. 6 to shoot. For the tie. It's rebounded by Memphis. And they're moving it up. Bradley, no one around him. Cans the shot with nobody near him. Now it's a 5-point Grizzly lead. Holiday against Bradley. Outside Holiday. Looking to get back on track here. And the last shot before the buzzer is off.
Avery Bradley applying the heat. You can see why he's been first team all defense.
And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Grizzlies out in front, leading by 5. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
Three-tenths quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Pelicans trail by 5. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. So for New Orleans right now, down low, it's Randall and Davis. Payton and Holiday are together in the backcourt, and it's Diallo in at the 3 spot. The wide open look here for Holiday. From outside, off the mark.
Talk about hurting your team. I mean, he just can't get anything to go out there.
Here's Anderson, and Davis sends it back.
Good job by AD, not giving up on the play. Tracking the ball, blocking the shot. Appreciate the hustle.
Jackson, he's checked in for Memphis. And the Grizzlies leading by 5. Here's Conley. He can't hit that time. Payton with some nice D. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Michael Conley. That's his first foul. And so here is New Orleans. Now Payton. Kicks to Randall. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got 5 assists tonight.
On the attack, he has that ability, trying to close this one out.
Yeah, and the rim protection, not there. You expect someone to at least come over and contest.
Here's Holiday. And the shot is good. The Grizzly lead has been cut down to just 1 on the basket from Anthony Davis.
You get this a lot from AD. Attack, attack, and he's scoring in bunches.
Now here's Conley. Pass to Jackson. In the corner, Bradley with it. Taken away by Holiday. Diallo the pass to Davis. And it's Davis finishing it off.
Dominating at the rim, something AD has always enjoyed.
Bradley against Holiday. Right side Jackson. Back to Bradley. Anderson in the post. He's defended by Randall. Jackson trying to break free. Anderson can't get it to go. For New Orleans, they've gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the 4th. That one drops for him.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
The Grizzlies trail by 3. Conley kicks to right. Back to Conley. It's stolen by Davis. Holiday against Bradley. To the inside, Davis. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
Just great at getting after it defensively, forcing guys into tough shots.
Yeah, to be successful, you've got to protect the paint. He rises to that challenge. His lack of consistency with his shot tonight has held him back.
Diallo kicks to Holiday. And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession.
Has his man, just misses with the pass. Not sure what happened on that play.
Stanley Johnson, he's checked in for New Orleans. Then for the Grizzlies, Joakim Noah's checked in for DeLon Wright, and Brooks subbed in for Avery Bradley. Holiday against Conley. It's Brooks on the wing, trying to get something going. The Grizzlies with another miss.
In this second half, the defense have been baiting him to shoot the 3, and we're seeing why.
Johnson attacking. The rebound by Anderson.
Coming down the stretch here, holding the lead. You like him to be more efficient offensively.
Here's Brooks. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
There you go again. A nice kick out after the D had collapsed on him.
And so Holiday will bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. A great 4th quarter, just giving up 2 points. At the elbow, Randall. With the floater, the putback. It's good on the putback.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Conley finds Brooks. Now here's Noah. Right side, Conley. It's Jackson atop the key. Shot clock at 5. And Elfrid Payton with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Morris checked in for Drew Holiday. And stolen by Payton. Yes, that goes in. And it's a 5-point Pelican lead. For Memphis, they've gone just 1 of 6 in the field to start the 4th quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now. Here's Jackson, and that one drops.
vital basket there. This is just the time and really just the situation when he looks to take over.
Payton with the ball. Conley picks him up. Payton kicks to Johnson. Davis against Noah. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. Davis has got the lead back up to 5 now for New Orleans. Jackson against Randall. Here's Conley. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And so good for so long. Conley still with no all-star appearances, Steve. That's hard to believe.
It is. It's a shame. Lots of competition at that point guard spot. People recognize the ability, but he continues to lose the numbers game.
Two shots.
The first one falls.
A tremendous, I mean tremendous floor leader. Amazing that Conley's only averaged around 6 assists a game for his career.
Both good from the line that time. Steve, you're talking about Conley, a guy who gives you much more than what you see on the stat sheet.
What he does, he controls the pace, the rhythm, understands how to manage the game, and he does it all with great efficiency.
And it's Davis missing.
Yeah, the aggressive D inside leads to a missed opportunity there.
You know, he had terrific position, does a good job of affecting the shot without fouling.
More dishes to Payton. There's the pass to Davis. Stolen by Noah. Brooks, the pass to Noah. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Brooks. 6 points for Joakim Noah.
Unconventional form, but he knocked down that mid-range jump shot.
Pass to Johnson. Davis up top. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. From deep, more. Shot clock reset for New Orleans. And the Pelicans miss again. Memphis trailing here. Guys, we've seen some excellent offensive output.
Yeah, great momentum for them offensively.
A nice shot by Anderson. Game winding down, and they just keep changing leads.
And guys, no separation yet, and I really don't think we're going to see any all the way down.
Now here's Johnson. Back to Moore. Over Brooks. And that misses everything.
And this is a guy that can get you stops. Aggressive on the defensive end.
Also doing a good job of tracking the ball, contesting the mid-range jumper as well.
And the basket by Jackson.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And Davis throws it down.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Now here's Brooks. Outside Conley. He kicks to Noah. Over Davis. And Davis sends it back. And they're able to recover. Jackson gets the bucket.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Randall outside. To the paint. Here's Davis. And it's slammed in by Davis.
Oh, going high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam. Memphis leading. And here's Brooks. Now here's Conley. Back to Brooks. That will fall for his 7th bucket. 7 for 15 in this game.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Dylan Brooks. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. So for the Pelicans, Holiday comes in for Ejuan Moore. And Ian Clark subbed in for Payton. Chandler Parsons, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Here's Clark. Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
And now a chance to check out some of the tremendous play tonight from our Jordan player of the game.
And as you'd expect, he's done most of his damage in that low block. I mean, that was the game plan, to get it to him in the paint and just let him go to work. And boy, has the big fella delivered. He has just killed them down low.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, look, here's what Alvin Gentry told his team during the break. They have been getting killed from long range tonight, and he said, we can't lose track of their shooters. We're overpacking the lane, and we're leaving them wide open. Guys, we'll see if they can make the adjustment.
Here's Conley. After Drew Holiday's score, fires the three. Conley's shot is off. They push it up 4 on 3. Here's Randall. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton. Payton's got his 8th assist here tonight. It's been a tight one so far. Very close game.
And matchups, it's really what it's all about, and these two teams are really equal.
Pass to Holiday. Loads it up for Davis. Noah with the block.
Nice job by Noah, elevating for that block.
Payton attacking. And another shot. Great defense that time from Noah.
I appreciate the attack mindset, but with the defense tracking him down, it was probably better to kick that one out. I love the adjustments he's made here in the second half, getting the looks he wants now, and shooting a much higher percentage.
Stolen by Brooks. At the elbow, it's Jackson. And Stanley Johnson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Here's Conley. Now off the inbound. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And look at Conley go right up inside. Masterful job getting the foul on that shot.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
First one falls for him.
Mike Conley, the former 4th overall pick in 2011, he's such a steady hand at that point guard position.
And so Mike Conley nails both of them.
The perfect guy to have on the line right now.
Holiday with it. To the inside. Davis. Randall. Great positioning on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Holiday against Brooks. Down low, outside for Jackson. Bangs home the trifecta. Jackson's got 9 points now in just the second half.
That's one of his specialties. Noah loves to pass the basketball, a total team player.
Payton the bounce pass. Hangs. That one's good, and the Grizzly lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Davis.
As the stakes start to rise throughout a game, your stars have to rise to the occasion. Big shot by Anthony Davis.
Now here is Conley.
My goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful. 1:29 left here in the 4th quarter. Davis against Noah. Knocked away. Stolen by Noah. It's Anderson with the drive. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
What we've seen with Kyle Anderson, he's a below-average athlete, but has great timing on his drives.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Clark's checked in.
shot.
Free throw, good, Anderson. Pelicans trail by 8. To the paint. Here's Davis. Here's Randall. Great defense that time from Noah.
Just great at getting after it defensively, forcing guys into tough shots.
Yeah, to be successful, you've got to protect the paint. He rises to that challenge.
Here's Clark. Stolen by Noah. Here's Conley. Here's Anderson. And a little luck that time, but it drops.
Tremendous effort here on the road. That plane ride home is going to be sweet.
They better have some extra goodies on that plane, because after this blowout, they deserve to be rewarded.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They trail by 10. There's 42 seconds left to play in the final quarter. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Okafor is checked in for Davis. Sheck Diallo comes in for Julius Randle. Darius Miller, he's checked in for Stanley Johnson. And it's Elfrid Payton in for Drew Holiday. Parsons checked in for the Grizzlies. Avery Bradley comes in for Michael Conley.
You've got to give a ton of credit to the screener. That play easily opened up the easy layup for his teammate.
The drive by Noah. Count the basket. Noah's got the lead up to 10 now for Memphis.
And how much longer are they going to keep that foot on the accelerator?
Well, this is less about winning the game now and more about making a bold statement.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're trailing by 10. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and it's in there.
Yes, smart choice. I really like that play.
There's 25 seconds left in the fourth. Bradley finds Anderson. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
He hits the first one, and that will put them up by 9. He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in.
Yeah, you'd like to convert them all, but that should still be enough to secure the win.
And the foul on Avery Bradley. That is his first foul of the game. .12 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Payton. And so it's Memphis with it. Now Bradley. And so the Grizzlies take the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Chandler, you guys really passed the ball well tonight, and that seemed to feed energy at both ends.
Yeah, just playing selfish. And as you can see, we're having so much fun when we play that way. When everyone's getting involved, everybody's touching it. It's just a much better team offense when we play like that, and it's successful for us.
It was successful tonight, Chandler. Thanks for your time. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.